made in spite of my mistakes. You know it's authentic every rhyme I say. My only regret is I made niggas wait. See, ain't too many like us, we like vintage bait. And I don't fuck with busters, I can't integrate. Grew up with these killers in my living space. Lot of niggas folded through them village days. Citywide gang injunction, police raids. LA Times rolling 60s, made the front page.
Hey, Jill, getting the cracks.
Y'all keeping it organic. I'm your co-host, Henry French, with Aaron Simpson. And we got your boy, Jay'Quan McCloud.
Going on, baby.
Fresh off a hot season. Let us know how you feeling about this conference tournament y'all just went through.
Oh man, it's been lovely. Just the whole you feel me? Just the whole season, man. We've been working all season now. You feel me?
It's crazy though to really see your growth all the way from where we started and to where you're at now, man. I definitely commend you, bro. You did your thing, man, and we wish you the best of luck. All right. So just to kick it off, all right, I'm gonna ask the question basically of, at what point did you really feel like you was that dude, like to where like motherfuckers couldn't see you on the court? It could be an age, it could be a moment. Just let me know at what point.
Or like you feel like all right, I could take this shit all the way.
I just feel like that draft that year and a half I took off. You feel me?
Okay.
That the emotions and everything that brought me to that point to where it's like it's a killer instinct now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a killer instinct. So everything I went through, I was battling all of that, like bottled up emotions, everything. You feel me?
Nah,
so it's like
that's interesting because that was before that was after UW Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
So to be honest, I felt like you was a killer before that.
Oh,
factuous. Right.
No,
That's what we're saying.
I've been a killer.
So basically what we're saying is just at the moment, like, okay, so when you was young,
yeah.
At what moment was you like, yo, I can do this. They can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like sixth grade, that's when I started. Like,
was it a game? Was it?
It was just a game. Then it was just a game. It was just something I was playing for.
Right.
My homies growing up. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I never like took it serious until it got to that point. You feel me?
No, so what I'm saying, was it a specific game where it was like, okay, because I feel like for you, and it might be different, we played in 8th grade.
Okay.
That game you put up 41,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that might have been your turning point where it's like, you feel me?
Oh, facts. So definitely,
So was it a game where it was like, damn, I just went crazy, like,
on some like, yo, this shit is real. I'm
yeah,
really nice.
Yeah.
I'm finna do this.
Yeah, and it's just the people that drag you to do it too, though. You feel me?
Facts.
Like, just like I say, man, it's just a situation where you're going through so much and the bottled feelings come and evolve. You feel me?
Right.
Feel what I'm saying?
So not knowing, everybody for the most part don't know about our stories about the MJP or how it went down, but just talk about growing up in MJP and how it impacted your game.
And shit, even your life.
It took me to a whole different level.
Mm-hmm. Right.
AJ, you already know. You feel me?
Right.
What we done seen. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I used to wait on you, looking at my auntie door. Look,
facts.
25 on there in Carver.
That's facts.
You know the big tree right there by the fence in the field, right there by the court, bro.
Facts.
Now I be watching y'all, Darius, Mike, or whoever just came through there and going to the court. I'll be waiting like 7 in the morning, man.
Right.
And that shit was like real.
And one thing I be trying to tell people, I was talking to a person the other day and I was telling them the story about when I was at the court and you came up there and you was throwing me lobs as a young bull. So it's always, so in MJP, it was just one court that was small that everybody could dunk on.
The sure.
And I just literally remember like
in the left corner.
Jay'Quan came up there and just like, can I shoot with you?
Straight up.
Like, all right, let's rock. You know what I mean? So after a while, he just started throwing that bitch up, and I just go up there and dunk it, and it was just like, it was full circle. Once he got on varsity with me, it was just like, wow, this is how it really came about.
So that's even then, though, bro. Even then, it'll be like grown motherfuckers on the court. I be wanting to get on the court, you know. Just get on the court with the grown ones so they can push me around, bump me around. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting better being with grown men. I'm playing with grown men in the project, so.
Doing N1 mixtapes with Dominique Mel, Pat Terrell, all them dudes. It was crazy.
And so, So from that youth, take us to your experience in North Chicago High School, starting playing under Aaron and Marjon and Keevy and Kelly and all them, and then growing into your own where we got to see you and Jay Amos and Kurt and how you guys just
Monsters.
took the baton and ran with it.
Monsters.
Yeah, and just like that, like learning from Aaron, Marjon, and all the upperclassmen, we took a lot of pieces from them.
Mm-hmm.
Just being me, Kurt, and Jay, that was a big three. You feel me? And just us learning from them that draft that they had before us, learning and competing with them, just so we could get better. So it was like
The
there
crazy
was a lot of
and the crazy thing about it was when he got moved up, he started his first game as a freshman. He started the first game with us, and I want to say, and what was crazy was I had like 26 points, but all the paper we talked about was bro. I'm like, all right. I was never mad because of who he was.
It's a freshman.
No, fact.
You feel
But
me?
my
And
thing
but you didn't even do that. And you was who you was.
That's a fact. But like I said, it was a full circle because when I was a freshman, the same thing happened with Keith. When I scored my first 18 points, it was just him. So like I'm saying, it's a full circle every time. So I'm like, it's like dope to really see because like I just know where he comes from. Come from the same place. So it was just dope as hell to see.
That's a
but
fact.
just move along to your sophomore year, right? Just talk about that, just your sophomore year experience at North Chicago.
sophomore year. That's the year I tore my patella tendon from my kneecap. It was probably like I had tweaked it the Waukegan game against Kim. You know, it was crazy. I had tweaked it, I felt it, and I'm like, yeah, something wrong with me. And then the next game, it was like, that was, I don't know who we played. I think we played Round Lake.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Antioch.
I'm coming down the lane. We on a fast break, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We on a fast break. We get a rebound, boom. Coming down the lane. I'm coming to the free throw line. I come to a jump stop. Finna throw you a oop.
Mm-hmm.
Knee blew out, boom. And ever since then, man, they took me out on the stretch of that game.
Yeah. Just
It was like,
just describe your emotions when it happened and just talk about the process of getting back to who Jay'Quan McCloud is as far as basketball wise and just mentally.
it just helped me a lot. That the whole situation, that whole injury, it helped me a lot. It made me maintain focus, even, you feel me? Cause then after I came back off the rehab from that, it was like I was a different type of player. I had to adjust my game different type of ways, cause you know you never know it might happen again. You feel me?
Exactly.
So it's like
Even one more up on that though, like, and it's just to double back. This is the crazy shit that happened. So in the red and white game, Coleman put the sophomores on one team with like 3 juniors, 4 juniors, and just put our seniors together, and these motherfuckers beat us.
I agree.
It was really one of those awakening moments to like, all right,
coming.
Yeah, they coming. They're ready to take over whatever we have. So at that moment, that's when I knew that we gonna be special. We got a team.
So when you was a senior, he was
Sophomore. Super sophomore. All 3 of them. Super sophomores.
and I ain't come back into the playoffs.
Hey, look though.
After that, though.
So listen though, right?
I ain't come back to the playoffs.
He comes back in a super sectional game. I want to say he came back fully. 'Cause that's when he got to really play. He came back
Still limping.
and dude really came on the court limping, hitting shit. Like, you feel me? We driving, kicking it, and in my head, I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling Coleman, bro, not ready. Like, don't just throw him in the fire just to, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that.
Even
But
though I just sit in the corner. He'll drive, I be ready to shoot every time.
I mean, and that was the beauty of having y'all team the way it was.
Right.
Is no one person had to do too much because y'all was so talented, so gifted at so many positions. Like Marjon, for him to be a 6'3" guard, really was playing forward positions. You feel me? And had that strength. And then y'all had Kurt also, and then y'all had Keevy also, and then Kelly, one of the best rebounding guards really we done seen still to this day when he playing the men's league. You feel me? Then you got you and Jay, and then you got, you feel me, Aaron. It's like there was no really holes in y'all team. So there's no
Exactly.
wonder why y'all made it as far as y'all did.
What was it like playing under Coleman? Like the rawest answer you can give me. What was it like playing under Coleman? Everybody always say this about Coleman. What was it like playing?
Chaos, right?
That's it.
what
That's
you
all
say.
it was.
Chaos. It's so free, and I'm gonna let you answer, but it's like there's literally, well, I wouldn't say there's no structure, but as far as like plays and where to go and how you move, it's none of that. It's
You
all
just gotta
about
know basketball.
Yeah, it's just you just hoop, right? And I feel like that is like the big upside that we had, and that's why I think we were.
I was about to say, but that
was.
don't really sound like a negative thing, because like
Right.
it teaches you really to know the flow of the game and really know how to
Exactly.
be your
Exactly.
own player type. Because
Exactly.
a lot of players coming up, if you got a coach that has a system and a structure, you're gonna be built and groomed to that system. So when you get to college, you gotta adapt to a new system. But if you come up like y'all came up, you your own individual player. You feel me?
Yeah.
And now coaches try to fit you into a system, whereas not you adapting to a system.
And even so though, like that's why people got upset when Coleman would pull you out dramatically, like why you taking him out? He just made a mistake, man. Coleman,
He got us prepared for
Right
that
then
next
and now.
that next step. You
right
know?
then and now.
For the next step though, like, cause
Exactly.
that's what's gonna happen. You make a mistake, it's a critical game.
Yeah.
You never know. Every possession counts.
Counts.
So
It counts.
he got to pull you out just to get your man back right, to go back in there and perform.
So
Honestly,
moving on from that, now Aaron, Marjan, them, they're all gone. How do y'all handle that weight of what they did? Because y'all went downstate that year, right?
Yeah.
How do y'all handle that and say, okay, it's our time, we got to keep the goal on the map?
I mean, it was a lot of pressure. Obviously, you know, them just going downstate. You feel me? Them going downstate, we got a big shooter field. You know,
Facts.
so we like, we hungry. You know, we super hungry. We want it.
And there was no nerve. So you said it was hunger, like.
Yeah, there's more hunger because we battle with them. They beating us up.
And that's what I wanted
you know,
to really
we coming
ask.
back
Like,
at them.
how was those practices?
Man,
It was intense because, like I say, Coleman,
every practice was intense.
that's why I feel like
Everybody felt like they was better than everybody.
everybody. Like we had guys like Jordan Duncan out here really feeling like I should have a spot,
That's a
right?
fact.
So it was just like I say, for the most part, it was always the sophomores together. It was always us. There was no friction, but as far as in practice, we want their head. He want my head. So that's why they was always one
Always
step
like-
faster than anybody else.
I
because
feel
they
like
already
I'm
knew.
better than you. I'm finna go at you. Yeah.
As you should, because that helps during the game. Because at the end of the day, if you got 5 people on the floor, only 3 looking to score, you're a liability on the court. So now to have everybody really locked in and ready to play,
And most
crazy.
teams don't get that. Like your practices can't be peaceful. Like it gotta be conflict. It gotta be
Every
war
day
in
we was finna
practice.
fight.
Because if it's war in practice, you know you got soldiers with you in the game.
one thing you got to know is practice should be harder than the game.
that practice
Always.
that Coleman split the sophomores up with the seniors, we was clashing every time, clashing. So it
Because
was like-
even with Jay Amos was he came here
I
like
know he came
Yeah.
there and like came
And
from Zion feeling like he got to
came-
prove something.
He like, yo, Aaron, let me.
With a chip on his shoulder.
I want
That's-
shots
that's how it
too.
was,
I can do this. Let me. So
but
I'm like,
but
you
proved
gotta-
himself
got-
because that Thanksgiving
show me.
tournament, they sophomore year,
that definitely proved him. He proved
Man.
himself. When I seen
it was
honestly,
the Waukegan game, right?
When I seen Amos go out there and play in front of that crowd with like all the emotions that was going in North Chicago versus Waukegan and just to watch him develop and play, I said, oh yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna sit back. I'm
Yeah.
gonna relax. But before I'm like, dude, you a sophomore. You tweaking.
And
This-
then just having Kirk come from Chicago with the mentality he had, like
and
there
that
ain't
was
too
the
many
fight.
dogs
That
out here
was
like
the feel-
Kirk, man.
It wasn't. That's why I said times
Fight
is
like
changing,
that.
but we definitely gonna figure it out. So with your junior and senior year, it ended similar, right? Super sectionals against Orr.
Yeah.
What are some things that you felt like y'all could have did differently, just to make the game turn out different?
I mean, in high school, right? We're
Right.
talking about. So, just the distractions, you know, limit down those and just stay focused on what we was focused on, you know.
I hear you.
Hey,
Now,
Lakers took an L, by the way.
oh man, that's all good.
Dang.
Man, now talk about. Let's jump into AAU.
Yeah, so Okay. Who did you play for AAU? Please explain that to us.
Who did I play for?
Yeah,
And
AAU.
how did you hear about Jones?
I started from different teams, man. I started from B&B,
Mm-hmm.
and that was
Shout out to
when
the
I was-
Springs.
Yep. Shout out to Springs. That was when I was in 7th grade.
Mm.
I went to Castle my 8th grade year.
Shout out to Mr.
In
Castle.
between, you know.
Right.
And as I went to my sophomore year in high school, I went to the Illinois Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mike Mullins and the Illinois Wolves.
Yeah.
And that's what really pushed me and got my game to where it's at.
And I remember seeing that because all the cold shorties around here was going to
Shout out to
NLP,
the
and I remember
Godfather.
seeing, but Jay'Quan on his own, he out at Illinois, but was balling though.
Yeah. For sure.
Well,
Did you feel
I
Did you
picked
feel the
up-
need to separate yourself during the summers, like from everybody else, just so you could have your
Yeah, and
individual
I was
game,
coming.
bro?
I was coming back off an injury, off my patella tendon ripping. So it was like, it wasn't necessarily. Yeah, I had to prove a point. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm that guy. Like,
Talk about how playing on a circuit elevated your game, and what are the differences between high school ball and AAU?
oh, it's way different. I think the competition way different.
It's a fact. That's a fact.
The conference. I mean, just being in high school and competing against like Round Lakes, which is good nowadays.
But at the time, yeah, we was smacking them out
back
40
in the, World Star.
every time.
But look, I'm gonna check it out. Though.
Every
World Star.
World
every
Star,
time.
man. But
Every time.
yeah, it's just way different though. Honestly, it's just way different.
And I think
The
that's where
competition level is
and I think that's where
everybody competing for a scholarship.
I think
Like,
that,
you
that's
got
where kids
some of the biggest coaches watching you. This is where you perform at. You feel me?
for sure.
This was where you got to perform at the biggest stage.
Mhm.
You can't crack under pressure. So
Okay.
And that's the biggest misconception is people think that you're getting recruited and all these stuff in high school when in
it's not.
in
It's
reality,
really the circuit, baby.
it's the circuit.
It's the
Because at the end of the day, nobody cares if Jay'Quan get 40 to Round Lake at that time. We want to see him get 40 to Mac Irvin. We want to see him get the mean streets and do
because
that.
it's like you gotta beat the best. You
Exactly.
feel me? To be the best.
It's a fact.
Some of the best in the country, and when you competing against them, they only ever elevate your game. Feel me?
Right. So
Shut up.
even with your recruiting process, who are some of the main schools that you were looking to choose? If it could be top 4 or top 5, just give me the schools that you feel like that you were leaning towards before you made your decision.
It was a lot of schools though. Like Murray State was my first one,
Mm-hmm.
and just leaving them when I knew it was a family environment. Like
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna
we
get
ain't
there.
gonna even talk about that right now, but
Mhm.
it was, I would say, Milwaukee. I had
Mhm.
a lot of interest from Milwaukee.
Mhm.
It was Missouri State, Indiana State,
Mhm.
Illinois State. Sir, it was a lot of Midwest schools, you know.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear
A
this
lot
out there?
of Midwest schools.
That's what
Understand
that
that.
grind gets you.
Coming out of high
But
school, so
but even
I had
so
a
with
lot
that,
of offers.
So with that, like these are offers that he had.
But I was
To see
blessed
people-
to be put in
To
that
see these
position.
kids right here nowadays, like to feel like they're entitled to like
I ain't gonna
play
lie, that
basketball.
reminded me of that. You made a video, and you was listing off just colleges that you had that recruit you.
Yeah, could be.
But it come
going
from
on.
from the grind and putting in that work, like y'all say, from 6th grade to senior year. Those are the benefits that you reap from putting in that work. You feel me? You can list off schools like that. You feel
Exactly.
me?
But the fact that he had multiple schools,
Multiple D1s.
and we got
not just multiple
guys, and we
schools.
got guys that just feel like I'm this and that. No, it's the grind.
So
Yeah, so going back to what you said, talk to us about your recruiting process and how you got to commit to Murray State.
I got to commit to Murray State. I was on a circuit, so I picked up Murray State from being in Kansas at a tournament. The UAA, you know, we was an Under Armour team.
Mhm.
Illinois was an Under Armour team. So, Coach Steve Prom, man, love him to death. He a cool cat.
Mm.
And he still, right me to this day, you know, we still
Yeah.
keep in contact. So, and he at Iowa State. He the head coach at Iowa State now. So, but like, just being that family, and knowing they get to the tourney, they compete every year. was like a big thing for me,
Mhm.
you know. And being out there in Kentucky, it was way different. I had to step out of my character. I had to step out of my environment and what I'm used to every day. You feel me?
Because
Exactly.
Kentucky
It was way
not the
different.
city.
It was way different to me, you know.
So just being on environment, talk about the difference between high school basketball and college. When you first got to Murray State, what was one of those things that was like damn, this is college. This is real.
The workouts.
It's a fact. That's
The
a
workouts.
fact. That's a fact. And I can say it now.
You getting up, you being committed every day, 5
And
a.m.,
that's
6
starting in
a.m.
summertime.
That's starting in the summertime. You being committed. You got to be
Summertime.
committed. The workouts is way different. Man, we doing miles, we sprints,
It get
all
real.
type of stuff.
It gets
that's,
real.
That's where it's at. Like that's where you know where your heart at. Now you testing your heart.
Now let's
See
keep
if
it
you really want it.
See if you really
Let's
want
keep it a buck.
You know,
Have you ever missed a workout? Or was late to one?
I was late to plenty. Yeah, I'm not. You know,
Say to plenty, nigga.
to a couple of them though. But
To a
that
couple
was
of 'em.
back in my freshman days.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
It's
just
big one.
learning and
Freshman.
developing and how this thing work. You feel me?
Yeah.
And as I grew older, like from my freshman year to my sophomore year to my junior year to my senior year, junior senior, you that's the upper class.
And you,
So you now you getting a hold of this.
you
Now-
more of
now
a leader, so you
No,
know you can't.
you got to
miss the
be
work.
more of a
Yeah.
leader to the younger guys that's coming in or to your process. So, you know,
And so that stint at Murray State, it didn't last too long. Just talk about briefly, like why you had to get away from that.
it was basically because, you know, honestly, it was the environment. It was a little bit of the environment. I wasn't used to, you know, the South. I wasn't
Yeah.
used to the South. All I knew was the city.
It's slow
You know,
down now.
It was real, like, slow to me.
Right.
And being away from home, my family, why different, you feel me, problems and all the emergencies, family emergencies, dealing with that, you know. But
Right. And even so, because you had the luxury of having so many schools, how did you choosing Milwaukee come about? How did that whole process even? Because you're
Just
you're
going
Because you
Milwaukee
told us
from-
before they was already on your list.
Mhm.
Coming out of
high school, yeah. Coming out of high school. Shout out to Coach Conroy. I still talk to Coach Conroy
Shout
every
out
day.
to Conroy.
You know, I don't burn no bridges.
Mhm.
He loved me just like I love him, you feel me?
Right.
And him recruiting me out of high school brought back interest to Milwaukee for me being closer to home, closer to my family, dealing with, you know, my grandma passing, Nancy, R.I.P. Love that lady to death. But
Love
it
her.
was like crazy just adjusting to coming to Milwaukee.
And before we get in Milwaukee, one thing I want to ask is, when you left there immediately that summer, they had a pick in the draft. How did you feel about that? Because I'm pretty sure you knew or was close with Cameron Payne.
Yep.
So how did you feel about that? Like, did you feel like that could have been an opportunity missed, or that could have been me?
And shout out to Campaign. We still talk to this day.
Nice.
And I don't burn no bridges, but it made me feel some type of way, like made me feel hungrier because we was in practice competing that whole summer before I left, up until that time, before the season. So it really, you feel me, drove me to like, damn, he's a lottery pick.
Because you seen him, so did it make you feel like I could do this?
Yeah, I could do this because
Okay.
it was the competition going on in practice. Like I say, it was the competing that we was driving to be. You know, he worked me, I worked him.
Fact.
You know, and we still talk about it to this day.
And so now going on to Milwaukee, you also linked out there with a couple Lake County greats,
Yes, sir.
Came Springs and Jordan Johnson.
All my boys.
Yeah. So just tell us about your experience in Milwaukee.
It was a crazy experience for real, cause I was a freshman on campus. Them being the older cats, you know, I'm learning a lot from them every day. You know, we beat a lot of the good teams,
Right.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, and I provided as a freshman to to that team, and we created a bond. We already had a bond because we from the town,
Right.
and that's what it was.
Let's go
Honestly.
back. Let's go back to that Wisconsin game,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Because I was watching that game. That environment, the Big Ten, hostile. You got big crowd.
Before we even give them
Crazy.
that, y'all hadn't, UW Milwaukee had never beat Wisconsin, right?
Never.
We
Ever.
got to get them the background story on that.
Facts.
Ever.
That's facts.
Ever.
That's facts.
And
So
for 3
being in
Lake
that
County
environment-
cats to come in
Yeah.
and take care of business like that was crazy.
Yeah.
For real.
That's tough.
Crazy.
And I played against y'all that year. I don't know if you remember. I played
Yeah,
against y'all.
Trinity, yeah.
Played
It
against
was
them that year.
preseason.
How that
It was
game go?
preseason.
Look, hey.
Oh,
we
man, it was crazy, though.
Wait,
man.
what do you do?
We got up like 4 points. We thought we
Wait.
was doing something.
What quarter
That
was
was
it?
crazy.
What happened?
I was about to
Man,
say quarter. It was the first half.
It was the
We
first half.
got up like 4 points. We was like, all right, we can hang.
Right.
They had.
Boy, them big white boys got the rebound. It was
Yeah,
over.
Take no.
It was nice. What do you do?
They was hooping, though.
I was about to say, don't do me
doing
like
his thing,
that.
though. He was doing his
Don't
thing.
do me like that,
He was doing
Justin.
his thing, man.
All right, man.
You know, I ain't-
I'm just making show, man. You know,
Do me like
He said,
that.
don't do me
Look,
like
but
that.
I had to get all my homies to warn. I
He doing
said, hey,
his
look,
thing, man.
we finna go in here. They got some niggas on the team, man.
That's facts.
They got some.
That's
They got
facts.
the
And you from the
niggas
town,
on
so
the
you
team,
knew what was up.
They got the niggas.
Now you end up leaving Milwaukee, and you went the junior college route.
Man.
Talk about choosing Highland and just where was you at mentally in that situation?
Mentally, I
And
was
how did
just-
that even come about? Because to go from D1 to JUCO, you feel me? Just let us know
Man.
how that came about.
Mentally, I was just drained at that point. Drained.
I'm knowing.
I'm like, man, it was a down moment for me now. You feel me? So now I got to get the energy, the pride back into playing this game that I love. You
You
feel
gotta
me?
find the love in
There
it.
was a lot of Ashley Patton, R.I.P. You feel me? I call her my sister because I grew up with her. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
She passed. Boom. That broke a lot in the family. All the thing. I ain't gonna go into detail, but
Right.
you know, all that played a part.
Facts.
So I'm like down. I'm down at the moment. I'm doing all type of stuff. I'm rapping now. You know, we making song. We made a song.
Yeah.
Yeah. No reason on SoundCloud.
Facts. Check it out.
Straight up.
Check it out.
They go crazy.
You like that?
Straight up,
Like
though. But I'm doing all type of stuff in that time period, a year and a half, you know. But I'm really figuring out myself. Constantly growing, growth, because that's what it's about. And I found that love back. The whole time out, I was watching the March Madness from 2 years ago. You know, I'm really watching March Madness, learning. Locked in, because I knew this wasn't over for me.
And I
It wasn't
seen
over. I was just taking time to get myself together. You feel?
I even seen you at
Real
a
shit.
party when I had came back from Greece myself,
Yeah.
and I seen you. We was at a house party, and you told me, you said, bro, I'm gonna get back on my shit. And a lot of times, you feel me, we hear shit like that and we shrug it off. Bro had a look in his eyes when he told me that shit, and I'm like,
Wanted that.
he's for real about that shit. And I didn't know how it was gonna pan out.
Right.
But to see how this shit came about,
Yeah.
I gotta congratulate you, my nigga, and give you props, because I know that's a hard thing to follow through on.
Oh,
You feel
yeah.
me? But you definitely told me you was gonna do that shit.
Definitely,
and you
bro.
did it.
Just facing adversity, like all odds against you, like,
That's a fact.
and that just bring that more that out of you.
That's
that
when you
energy.
find out what you built.
Yeah,
you
what
made
you
of.
built, like.
And that's
You know?
the thing, and that's why me and him so similar, because that junior college route that we both went through, it's lonely. It's a lonely
You
road.
surprised a lot of niggas with that, man.
It's a lonely road, because at the end of the day, you know individually where you're supposed to be, but you get sat back in that spot. And now it's either you're gonna rise or you're gonna fold. So to see him rise, it made me feel better. Not saying he was in my steps, but to see that we both in the same place, grew up in the same city, and we went through the same thing. And the fact that we didn't fold, man, it just told his story, man. And nobody knows this, but you were the 20th person to be named an All-American at Highland. Talk about just being an All-American.
Man, just knowing, like, honestly, I didn't even know, into the fact I went there after, LeBron. He's an All-American. His name right there next to mine. And shout out to LeBron, for real. Shout out to him. And just being honored to be able to leave your mark wherever you go.
Yeah.
That's my whole key. Like, wherever you go, leave your mark. You your own person. You got to be your own person, Ain't nobody going to give nothing to you. You got to go get it.
That's a fact.
Real shit.
You got to be hungry.
And so you had a successful junior college season.
Successful.
And now, coming off of that, what made you choose Wisconsin Green Bay?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Back when Kiefer Sykes, my bad.
Dog.
I said sorry.
You good. He a dog.
Kiefer Sykes,
I know
man.
We know that first name, Kiefer.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, for real, like, he was a dog. And I was communicating with him back when I was at Milwaukee. Like, he was telling me you feel me, giving me inputs. You feel me? AJ giving me inputs on the college journey,
Yeah.
And it's just respecting everybody before you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't never want to say you this, you want to be big, this. Nah.
Humbling yourself.
You got to humble yourself.
Humble beast.
Shout out to Kiefer
Gotta
Sykes,
humble yourself, man.
When I was at junior college, that boy sent me
Shout out to
sleeves,
him.
socks, all type of gear. He a solid
Kiefer
dude.
had you dressed, huh?
My
Bro,
dog.
he's solid. Him and Dylan Ennis. Dylan was at Baylor.
Hey,
when he
I
was sending me
played
stuff, so
I played on the team with Kiefer in the shot league.
Solid.
Shout out to that man.
He's solid.
That's crazy. He
Yeah,
got a connection with all three of us.
So now we at Wisconsin Green Bay. Just describe the emotions you feel.
Now you made it back.
Yeah, you back to where you belong, where you supposed to be.
But now you
Man.
got something to prove as well.
Exactly. But man, like, just coming to Green Bay, I'm like, from Highland, out of shape. I'm 230. I'm 235 coming into my junior year. Heavy. So I'm heavy. I'm working. I'm still working.
And you about what?
Senior.
6'4"?
I'm 6'3". Yeah.
6'3", 6'4",
6'3".
235.
But you feel me? I'm coming in. I'm 195 now at the point now. My senior year. By the time my senior year, 195. I'm getting down to my original weight, my operating weight.
Exactly.
Going
You
hard.
Get back
you feel
silky
me?
with it.
Now, recently, I don't mean to cut you off. Recently, you just played back at Milwaukee.
What was that atmosphere like?
What was it for you?
It was crazy.
Describe what the fans was talking. Talk
The
the shit.
emotions. I know
Oh,
it
man.
gotta
Talk
be.
the shit
It's
that
so
the fans
much.
was talking about.
It's
What was
a
they
lot
talking
of
about?
backstory behind that.
Yeah. I was all type of traders, all type of.
You a trader, bro. I'm keeping it a
Trader.
buck. If I'm in the
Yeah.
stands, I'm saying that shit too. I'm throwing you off your game, bro. You're a trader,
That's
bro.
what they were saying,
You're
man.
a goofy. You
but
left us, man.
You feel me?
they was,
Talk that. Talk that.
They was like, man, you a trader. Every time I'm going to the line, I'm a trader.
But
But
that's
a-
tough because
that's
they
a-
remember you.
They respect
yeah,
him.
and that's
It's a respect.
you
And
know,
they knew
that's
they
what
had to get in
drives
his
me.
head.
I don't necessarily feed into negative energy.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I try to keep all positivity around me. I don't want no negative energy around me.
But
So
But that's the fun part about that I feel about the game.
Yeah.
When you in a game and they calling you all type of overrated and you're trash and whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to bust y'all ass now though. It's time. You know, it's gonna come. You know, just be
Right.
ready for it. So, nah, man, that was tough. So now you in a senior role, right?
yeah.
Going through everything that you've been through. You in a senior role. As a senior, what would you tell freshman Jay'Quan? It could be anything. What advice would you give freshman Jay'Quan?
Murray, fresh into Murray State, Jay'Quan.
Yeah.
Man, just honestly, cause just coming from my freshman year to my senior year, just being a senior now, something I'll tell freshman Jay'Quan is to fight through adversity.
Right.
Cause like, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. Ain't nobody gonna,
Nothing.
growing up, and you gotta know that maturity level to where's the point. Ain't nobody finna give you nothing.
Right.
As a kid, kids cry cause they can't get stuff that they want,
Yeah.
And it's like more like you a kid. As a freshman, you a kid. You just you coming from high school.
Right.
You just learning the game. You learning the ropes of being in college, being on a big campus, being in that environment to where, you know, you got to provide for yourself, you got to step for yourself. There's plenty of work you got to do,
Right.
or something like that, you know.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But just that's what I say. Like from a senior Jay'Quan to a freshman Jay'Quan, I say, man, just fight through adversity. Any punches life give you, you got to fight through that. You can't let that duel on you and affect where you headed. You know.
And so,
Real shit.
just I wanna get into detail of the preparation it takes and to go into a game like the ones you just went through. Those conference tournament games. It's your senior year. Tell us about your mindset going into those games and the preparation, the shoot-arounds, the getting up early mornings, and just your mindset, your state of mind going into those games.
Man, it's just like, cause them games be win or lose.
Do or die.
Win or lose, it's do or die.
Mm.
It's kill or be killed. You know.
It's facts. That's facts.
It's a
Gotta
big
be
thing
prepared.
for a leader on each team to carry your team and have everybody on the same page to whereas we gotta accomplish one goal, you know, and that's a championship. Don't nobody like losing. Don't nobody like going home early in March. So
Talk about them film sessions. How often are you in the film sessions and the coach is on you telling you what you got to do or do wrong, or just talk about film sessions and how important it is to prepare for the next game?
I mean, personnel is everything.
Personnel.
You gotta know
Personnel,
your
you gotta know personnel.
You got to.
And you can say you don't respect this opponent
Uh-huh.
all you want to, but if you don't know what this guy is capable of doing, you finna get your ass cooked out there. I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
You gonna
let me
get
tell you
cooked
though, I don't even cut you off
if you
yet.
ain't studying
Bro,
what this guy do every day.
I went to his game at UIC, right? Every time he came off a pin down or a flare screen, whatever, he saw two guys every time. And I'm sitting there,
They hugging.
they watching their shit. They understand detail.
They know who they facing.
That's the dude. And I'm sitting there, like I was sitting out there with Chutch, and I'm like, bro, they locked in on bro. Bro's an NBA, he's an NBA guy. They understand. So when I say film is important, because they know if this guy see an open lane, bro, you're done. If he's going down the hill, you're done.
You gotta study your opponent though.
gotta
If you don't study your opponent, you're not gonna win. You're not.
Yeah.
Now,
Because you don't know what he capable of doing.
All right, so for the
Straight up.
average viewer who probably wouldn't know what the life of a Division-One athlete is on game day, talk about what happens from when you wake up to breakfast to shoot around at the hotel to going back, lunch to going over film and then going to the gym. Talk about all that.
Long
Man,
day
it's-
even before
it's-
you get to the game.
It's
Get
a
to the
long day just waking up
Right.
from breakfast.
Uh-huh.
That's the first thing.
Right?
Wake up call, you know.
Facts.
It's
Facts.
definitely on schedule.
Facts.
They come knocking on the door, you know,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
breakfast. So
yeah.
you got to prepare all day. If you play at 7 o'clock, you got to prepare all day from your breakfast meal.
Mm-hmm.
You steady constantly thinking about the game throughout the day because it's a long day. You might have pregame meal at, if you play at 7, it's always 4 hours before you play, you know, 3.
Right.
So coming from 12 o'clock film to 8 o'clock breakfast, 8 o'clock in the morning breakfast. So it's just a lot. There's
Now,
a
we
lot
got
you got to
to-
deal with. You got to be mentally locked in if you really want.
then you playing at DePaul, you playing at UW Green Bay, y'all travel a lot. You played, I think, Oakland in y'all conference, right?
Yep.
Something like that. You got to go to Oakland. You was playing games in the Garden. That's a lot of travel. How does that travel take a toll on you? Do you feel that? You feel jet lagged though in the games, or how do your coaches and your trainers, how do they prepare y'all for that, or how do they get y'all past that hump?
Well, I just know for the first part, it's 24/7 around the clock therapy and treatment. So for the most part, I remember a when we had played Villanova in Philly, and the game it for some reason us getting to the bus to the plane took an hour. I don't know what it was. We got home at 1 a.m. We got to I got class at 7. You feel me? So it's like it's really
And the
like,
coaches still expect you to
you
be
gotta be
your
in the
ass
front,
in class.
in the front, though.
in the front of the class.
So literally, it's 24/7 and it's nonstop. And that's why I try to tell people like, you understand, this life is real.
Yeah.
Not to mention, we gotta fly to Pennsylvania to go face I want to say I'm sorry. We gotta go to Rhode Island to face Providence like literally the day after. So it's like you're moving
Real life
every
road
time.
trips.
It's every
Road
time.
trips.
But how was it for you though?
Man, it's crazy for real. Cause I'm not used to
Yeah, the movement.
since AAU. I wasn't used to traveling and playing the way I'm playing. Like
Constant back to back.
especially this year, the beginning of the season, we played UCF, we played Purdue, we played Xavier, we played just traveling,
That's
just
good
traveling.
schedule.
You
That's
know,
good schedule,
big
yeah.
schools. We had a tough schedule this beginning of the year. So, and it really prepared us for playing at the right time, and that's March.
So on game day,
Yeah.
right? I can attest to this. On game day, which bus did you take? I gotta know. On game day, when you play at 7:00 and it's a bus that leave at 4:30 and it's a bus that leave at 5:00, which bus was you on? Was you on the first bus or second bus?
Honestly, I can't even sleep. Sometimes I can't sleep on game night, so I'll probably take the 4:30 bus.
The first
I'll probably
bus.
take the 4:30
We talked about
bus.
that earlier. Because I always told him,
Real.
hey, look though.
He felt that it was in his best interest to
Yeah.
get that nap in, to get
That
that
extra
extra
30
rest.
minutes.
That's why,
you know?
but look though, that's why I ain't average the points he averaged though. It made sense. He got in there,
I'll
got
probably
early.
be there,
But
'cause-
no, because even though I was telling him earlier, I had watched the Kobe Bryant segment on just day to day, and he said, "Yo, I always took the first bus, but for some reason it always took so long that he'd just get an Uber and just ride to the gym earlier."
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, it's only
That's that mentality.
to me, bro. Like looking back on it now, the
That's
pros,
big, though,
the
bro.
pros take that
It's
first
big,
bus.
bro.
The pros take that first bus, and that's what
Because
you are,
it's
bro.
just
That's what
when
you
you
are.
wake up, they say, you feel me? Your brain, it at least take 45 minutes
Mhm.
to 30 to 45 minutes just to notice where you at. You feel me?
Right.
Notice what's going on around you for you to come to your senses. So it's like that rest is big for you,
That's a fact.
especially being an athlete. That rest, you got to get that rest.
That's a fact.
And so you said earlier that during your break you was rapping. So I just want to get your take on this. It's a lot of new music done dropped, a lot of hot albums done dropped. What's on your playlist right now?
Man, non-stop. I'm going to tell you the truth. Non-stop. I bump a lot of music, though. It varies because it's like
So who's one of your favorites, I should say?
my favorites. I could give you my top 5. People don't even
Let's
agree
get
with
that hot take. Let's get Jay'Quan's top.
Let's get
Let's get
your top
Jay'Quan's top
I ain't
five.
gonna lie. Lyrically, though, I could give you
Let's
my...
go there.
And from me relating to certain music,
Yeah.
I would say Meek Mill. I would say Meek. I gotta give it to Meek.
It's a fact.
I gotta give it to Meek.
Shout out to the Chasers.
Shout out to the
Championship, baby.
Dream Chasers.
21st and Burst. That's the old
We
set.
still chasing it out here.
It's a fact.
I gotta give it to Jadakiss.
Album was crazy.
Now, before
Album
we
was
even
crazy.
move
This
on
album
from
is
that,
crazy.
a lot of you young niggas don't even
It's
listen
tough.
to Kiss.
Hey man, I've been knowing Kiss
Since Knock Yourself Out.
Man,
Since Knock
Hey.
Yourself Out.
I ain't gonna lie.
This album was crazy.
Kiss, I gotta give it to Kiss. That's
Shout
the
out
second.
Kiss, man.
I got the album number
Top
1. right
five,
now.
dead or alive?
I got the album number 1 right now.
Right now,
Out of,
to
out
this
of, out of
point
all,
right now.
all the shit that just dropped?
Everybody that dropped, I got the number 1.
That's tough.
I
Number
gotta
3.
give- Number 3. This ain't even no order. It's
No,
just
no,
my
no
top
order,
5.
just a
This
third
your
one,
Ain't
just a
personal
third
list,
one.
bro. This your personal
Just a
list.
third
bro.
one.
It's
Your
only
third
you.
one.
You don't even matter.
I gotta give it to Lil Baby too, cause he popping right now.
He's
Young
probably
dude
like
popping
one of the
right now,
most
man.
consistent. Like he
And-
don't
and
drop
steady
nothing
dropping.
that ain't heat.
So he on some Drake shit.
He said he's trying to be the next Drake.
Number 1 album in the country. right?
You feel me?
He got the number 1 album in the country.
You can't argue that.
You can't argue.
Well,
You can't argue what you can't argue them numbers, man.
He talking about.
Who else I say?
You got.
Who else? Who else?
You ain't gonna throw your boy Herb in there, man?
I gotta throw my boy in there.
Swervo, I was waiting for
waiting
that.
Tony, man. Go
Because
ahead.
he's speaking a lot for everybody.
A
in
lot,
it.
but a lot that kids around here,
around here
kids
that's
around here just-
really facing. They
Yeah,
facing, post traumatic. Honestly, because that's what's really going on around here for real.
And how do you close off this top 5 list? How you gonna end it?
Oh, it's tough. But I gotta throw. Man, y'all gonna hit it. NBA young boy, I'm gonna throw the young goat.
mad at
I'm
him.
gonna
I ain't
throw
mad at
him on there.
Cause
He got the generation,
Yeah,
for his generation. He got what's going on,
He's another
got
one
it.
that drops
He
constantly.
got it.
You
And
got it.
that's what's popping right now, for real.
But I just seen this debate.
just all the
on-
turn up music.
I just seen this
That's
debate
what's
on
going
Instagram that a lot of young kids these days don't give Wayne the credit of being the GOAT that he is.
I'm not even gonna get into that, okay? Because there's no reason why.
Of all
Weezy
time.
F baby.
That's talking.
Please say the baby.
all time.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
this man got about
if you
4
was
names.
born 05
Right.
and after, not even born, but if you was listening to hip hop 05 till like,
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
give it to
that'll be
him.
different.
Wayne is to go. Wayne is to go. Period.
Period.
Wayne is to go. Wayne is to go. All right, so your last season averages 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, all first team Horizon League.
Yeah.
What does that do just for you as an individual? Like how do you feel about just going into college, doing what you were meant to do, and that was the hoop?
Basically, just playing the game that God give me every day,
Right. Right.
and just enjoying the moment.
Mm.
Before, I feel like
Enjoying the
I
moment.
wasn't really enjoying the moment of playing basketball.
Right.
Right. This is an opportunity for a lifetime.
A lifetime.
so you felt
Only
it
a
was
couple
more-
people go to the league or
It was more
play
obligation
pro.
than fun.
Yeah, it was more like obligation than fun.
Right.
Then when you start having fun with it, then that love and that passion come for it,
And you get to play free.
Right.
and play freely.
And just at the end of the day, just off of those stats and being an all first team guy, the NBA they at the door. So what are your emotions? Because for me, honestly, I already know you're going to get the NBA
You're gonna get that
workouts.
invite.
You're going to get them invites. It's going to happen. So just by taking it in and just understanding where you came from and where you at now, what are the emotions knowing that there's a possibility that Jay'Quan McCloud can be in the NBA?
I've been just trying to take it one day at a time, bro. For real,
sure.
for real. Because something can be given to you one day and it can be taken away.
Right,
You feel what I'm saying?
right.
So whatever opportunities, whatever door opens for me, whatever blessings, the best blessings I'm gonna take.
And that's a
you know,
great way to put it, because you blessed,
I'm
brother.
not
Not a lot of people could go through that adversity and come out stronger than they went in. You went into adversity strong. Like, you went in as a top D1 talent.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's just part of my upbringing. Like my upbringing, I've been through a lot. I done seen a lot. So that made me reroute my mind to something totally different.
It worked for me.
How important, my last question, how important was your grandma in your upbringing, obviously your mom, your dad, how important was that trinity of growing up? Because I remember you outside at, 11 to 10 years old, shooting by the garage with Allen Iverson jersey on. How important was
The Braves.
that
Shout out
trinity,
to the
you know what I'm
Ants.
saying? Of that
Yeah, she just brought so much like unity to our family.
Facts.
So with her passing, it brought a lot of pain, a lot of struggle. People had to adjust to that. Because she brought a lot of love and everything. Every time, you feel me, anybody that come over, she had cook,
Facts.
lamb chops, all type of shit.
Facts.
She's throwing down.
Facts.
And she gonna make sure everybody in the house eat. If you ain't eat, she gonna be like, you ain't eat, baby. You feel me?
Right.
And she took care of that part. So that loving, that it kind of like broke a lot of people once she passed.
And she always called me Aaron.
Aaron, she'll never get your name right.
I respect. She never got it right, but I respected it, man. Because at the end of the day, she was genuine. She was genuine, man. Her soul was definitely beautiful, man. At the end of the day, it was all love with her. At the end of the day, it was all love with her. It didn't matter who you were. Once you walked through that crib, man, you were part of the family. And I
she
definitely
gonna make sure you ate.
Yeah, and I ate good.
And she gonna make sure you straight.
I ate good. I used to go over there just to eat plan. But it happened though, man.
Hey, and so look, we just want to give a shout outs to you, congratulations to you, and well wishes to you on your future, because we know you're not done yet.
We ain't done,
you got
baby.
a lot of hunger.
We ain't done.
And again, just shout outs to you and thank you for blessing us with this first episode of Keeping It Organic, brother.
And Roy,
gotta keep it organic, my boy. Shout out to my boy DT.
We do this.
Shout out Lowe's Crazy.
Shout out everybody,
boy
man.
Darius Allen in the
Hey,
back,
you
man.
already know. Follow me on social media. Jay'Quan McCloud. That's how we going.
Let's
That's
get
how we
it.
getting it.
Look, I know perfect timing feels like I'm too late. And I know I'm still great in spite of my mistakes. You know it's authentic every rhyme I say. My only regret is I made niggas wait. See, ain't too many like us, we like vintage bait. And I don't fuck with busters, I can't integrate. Grew up with these killers in my living space. A lot of niggas folded through them village days. Citywide gang and junction police raids.